Watch Jackie Dempson, check it out. Now, as much as it pains me to admit it, Pusha T was right, okay? You sign to one nigga who signed to another nigga who signed to like 3 more niggas. And really what he was talking about on Exodus 23 is Lil Wayne being signed to Birdman Sandusky, okay? Now, Lil Wayne, of course, is an artist on Cash Money, but also Lil Wayne has established a label called Young Money Entertainment. Now, Young Money Entertainment is a part of Cash Money. Cash Money is a part of Universal Music Group. Now, this is a reason why I always tell people, don't be signing to another rapper. Listen, if you got the clout or if you're trying to establish your own label and you are, I'm guessing, a popping rapper, go to the top of the umbrella. Don't be going to the bottom, nigga, because every time a dollar comes in, it got to get 30 niggas paid before you. Okay? And that's usually a problem. Now, that's the same reason why Drake didn't establish OVO under Young Money. Because if he established OVO under Young Money, every time he gets a fucking dollar, Birdman is doing her hand rub, we got Lil Wayne buying fucking hair grease or some shit, and everybody's getting paid before he gets paid last. So what he did, he took OVO and he brought it over to Warner. Okay, same thing with The Weeknd. The Weeknd didn't sign to Drake partially for this reason. Every time he get paid, Drake would be getting fucking more money to be flying chicks out to Dubai. So he said, fuck that shit. He brought his label over to Universal. That's why he has XO directly signed to Universal, okay? Now let's get this clear, right? With Young Money, and if you don't know, there's been a couple of lawsuits that was filed recently. Lil Wayne sued Birdman, but right now they're trying to work it out, or maybe they're just trying to work each other out. Who knows what the fuck is going on, but they're trying to work it out. He sued Cash Money and Birdman for $51 million, claiming he didn't get paid for a bunch of shit. Now, he's diverting his attention to the head of the snake. The head of the snake is Universal Music Group. He's looking at them and saying, yo, come on, man. You guys are stiffing my record label, okay? You guys are not paying us for the albums of Drake, Nicki, and Tyga. Now, this is not the artists themselves. The artists themselves are still getting paid, okay? However, the label is not getting paid because the label doesn't cut checks. The label has to look to another label who looks to a fucking another label to get paid. So really, it's not about Drake and Nicki and Tyga. They're getting paid, okay? Or theoretically, they're getting paid. This situation has nothing to do with them not getting paid. But every time they get a dollar, it's supposed to get split with Young Money. Young Money is just basically saying, we're not getting our split. Who owns Young Money or partially owns Young Money? That's Lil Wayne, right? Now, this is what Universal is saying. And by the way, there's a big lawsuit going on. Lil Wayne wants $40 million in damages, right? This is what Universal is saying. Universal is saying, slow down there, Wody, okay? Basically, when your label was established in 2005, Birdman Sandusky came up in our office and he wanted to re-up the contract of Cash Money and also establish Young Money for you. And basically, we gave him a $100 million advance check. Now, an advance, again, as I've been saying before, it's a glorified loan. A glorified loan, which means you got to pay it back. A sign-in bonus would be more appropriate because that you don't got to pay back. But an advance, it's given with the assumption that when you make that money back, it will directly go to the person who loaned you the money. Which means if they gave Birdman $100 million for Young Money Entertainment and Cash Money Entertainment, they are basically saying, and that's what the spokesperson actually came out and said, I'm just rephrasing it, they're basically saying, listen, until we recoup that $100 million, you ain't getting a fucking dime, okay? Your label ain't getting a dime, okay? The artist deals are the artist deals, so they'll get whatever splits that were agreed to them. But if we're talking about the labels getting paid, like the sub-labels under Universal, it's a Ponzi scheme. They're looking at everybody like, you ain't getting paid until we get this $100 million back, okay? And Lil Wayne's looking like, nigga, what? I never got none of that $100 million. So you know what's going to happen? In court or some type of motion or whatever it is, they're probably just going to point Lil Wayne back at Cash Money. The problem is Birdman got the $100 million and Birdman did not share the fucking money, okay? You got to go to Birdman. Birdman got the cash, okay? Not Universal. Universal cut the check already. They're not cutting extra checks, okay? Actually, you know record labels don't even really want to cut checks, okay? They said, we cut the check already. Go hit up your daddy. He got the fucking money. Go get the millions from him. We ain't paying you shit. That's basically what's going on, okay? That's the layman's terms of all these legal mumbo-jumbo they're talking about. Now, one thing I do have to add, they mentioned that supposedly because it was like a 10-year deal and also it was modified in the middle of it, but it was supposedly expired last year in June. Okay, which means Drake is putting out his next album soon, Views from the Six, and that puts him in a precarious position. Okay, so we don't know what that means. It doesn't necessarily mean Drake is out of contract. It doesn't necessarily mean that Young Money is not on Cash Money or Cash Money is not on Universal Music Group, but it does put it in a very precarious position. We will see. Okay, and yeah, so we'll see how it plays out in court. But I do have a feeling that they're probably gonna just say, "Go get the money from your daddy." Get a call, Mox. You guys like, definitely subscribe to Woodge Academics. I'm out.